Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, have you ever wondered what you get if you crossed Two Brothers Islands by Sidai with the slightly undeveloped Victoria Islands by Lardo Yek, episodes 663 and 692 respectively for the reviews of those two? Well, if you have wondered that, then the answer is here today. Yes, that creator is back with a merge of those two maps. Now, it's packed. It's absolutely packed, and even running as fast as I can, cutting a whole lot of stuff out. Today's show is extra long, so sit back, get yourself a cup of coffee now, sit back and enjoy. Hitting the like button, because it's the most enjoyable thing you'll do all day behind watching today's review. Thanks for your support. Today's map is Evil Islands, ha ha ha. I think that should be mwah ha ha, but we'll take ha ha ha. By Anoupou, Merynetjerou. The elephant is back in the room. There's your start square. We've got a lot, there's so many interesting features in today's map, so many. Terrain heights look like that. Plenty of buildable space around the outside of the island. You will not go short for buildable space. And then resources, a lot of offshore stuff, and fertile land on the land, which is the best place you want fertile land, really. If you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it looks like this. Not the most exciting of maps, but there is a little bit of everything there. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's mass transit and natural disasters. You do need mass transit. Natural disasters is for a little bit of extra detailing. If you don't have natural disasters, it's not the world's biggest problem. Now, there are two versions of this map. If you want the standard, regular, boring map, I've linked this in to the description down below as well. You want Santa Victoria. If you want the one which is full of flourishments and like crazy stuff, then go for Evil Islands, because it's full of stuff. We'll be using the Seychelles map theme, the coastal LUT today. Also, it's built for the Tides mod. You don't need the Tides mod, but if you've got it and you want to use the Tides mod, then you can play about with that as well, and you'll have a lot of fun with that too. On top of that, we've got a few things to subscribe to. Again, there are a few extra things in this version because this is the quirky version of the map. Right, now there are highways going across the map, not from this corner though. Not from this corner. If you want to build a big old bridge, here is a great location to build a big old bridge from, right across the mainland there. But again, you don't need to. You can forget about this area. It will not be a problem because we have plenty of access via the other side of the map, which we'll see in a moment. In fact, we're going to start with the rail today because I feel the story starts best with the rail. Now, I don't know what part of the world we are here because, I mean, it looks a little bit like a war zone. I'd hate to live in this place. I mean, just look at this. It's, I mean, completely all burnt out. It's been shelled to pieces. It's burnt down. It's not been cleared. This place is a bin. I just would hate. If only there was some kind of clue to tell me whereabouts in the world this is, it would be very helpful. Oh, flags. Flags are good. Where on earth am I? Rule Britannia. Yes, we are very much in Blighty. Let's get out of Blighty and go across to this fictional world over here. One can only hope that this is a more pleasing, more comfortable place to live than the war-torn United Kingdom. We head across here. There'll be a rail line emerging somewhere over here. Very nice indeed. And yeah, emerges beautifully. Very nicely done. And as we come down here, there's another flag. Ah, très bien, monsieur. It would be. It would be. We've gone from war-torn United Kingdom to smelly old France. And us Brits can make that joke. Only us Brits can make that joke. Okay, over here we've got an abandoned line by the factory with a little bit of overgrown foliage. But this is a live line. If we sit here long enough, plenty of trains will be running through that foliage on that bit of line there. So just a minor detailing issue. No catenary chaos on today's map. Now, Anoupou is great with the detailing. They are on point. But I feel with today's map, they've missed a small zone. I mean, not just like a one little area, a small rounded kind of area. You'll see. You'll see what I mean in a moment, because it's kind of just around the corner here where things just kind of go to pot a little bit. This is the worst of the map. This here, we've got encroaching palm tree there. We've got an encroaching palm tree underneath there as well. I wonder if I could keep it. Balancing this in the middle of this bridge as we go through the river is going to be very tricky. Probably going to fail because the land will drop away. I've got the height up a little bit. There we go. And as we come out the other side, oh, we're bouncing back up because of the other banks. But look, trees. Trees everywhere. Yes, oopsie is the word there. Oh, and look, there's a tree spawning a train. Wow, I've never seen a tree spawning a train before. But there we go. Must be a trunk line or a branch line. Not quite sure. Anyway, we'll head off. We'll head off. Oh, and we've got a slightly encroaching rock here. We're not quite done. We're not quite done. I believe there is one more little tree to experience along this line somewhere, and then I think we are good to continue. I'll say this, it's almost like this little area. Don't forget, Anoupou has been working with a map that is just like packed with stuff. Here's that final tree right there. It's packed with, so packed with stuff. This is why this today's show is so long. I mean, I've cut it as much as I can, but there's so much to talk about, and even talking super fast, which I know that I do sometimes, I still struggle to pack it all into the show. But yes, Anoupou Merynetjerou, best known for Titilapopo and Mosisobo, but they've done many other maps as well, and they are arguably possibly, they're the top active creator at the moment in terms of putting out multiple maps per year. There's no argument at the moment with that. There are other people who could probably lay claim to being greater map makers. They could lay claim to it. I'm not saying they'd be right. Right, okay, let's talk about this key over here. We've got a big old mountain, and this is being used as a retaining wall. And I want to talk about the beautiful standards going on where these two walls merge in here. Now, you have a look there. You can actually see there's a bit of a line. But if we drop that down any further, it's going to start glitching. If you put two things in exactly the same location, they will glitch. So if you drop that down any further, Anoupou has got it absolutely spot on. And that is really, for me, really slick work. Why am I making such a big thing out of that? We'll talk about that later. Right, so now we're coming down into the main part of the map. Not far from the start square here. We will go to the edge of the map, turn around, come back on the highways towards the start square. But this is like the extension of the start square area. Now you've got some land breaking out on the right there. You're going to be doing most of your city building over in this area, I would imagine. Okay. So following the line across. But yes, I was mind blown and spellbound. And this map's got like extra features on it. Again, if you don't want all of these extra features, all the quirky bits, then, and you'll be seeing some quirky bits, don't wander off, then Santa Victoria is the one to go for. It's an identical-ish map. It's close as identical, but it's just more normal, more ordinary, and there you go. But if you like the fun, then, oh well, who doesn't like to have a bit of fun? Every now and then. I think it's all for talking about. The trees have come on holiday down to the beach, and Clive there has just gone for a little paddle. And we won't talk about whether or not he's wearing his trunks. I think he was. I don't want to know if he's got any branches hanging out there. Right, okay. This is funny. Right, okay. A little picnic area right by the rail line. Let's have a little look at this. Doesn't really give me anything there. But yes, right by the railway line, we can just jump out and have ourselves, no clues there or anything. But yes, have an ice cream, and it's a barbecue and some seating area. Nice little quiet area right by the rail line. Oh, you absolute fool, Anoupou, you absolute fool. Alright, let's carry on. I think we're getting out now towards the edge of the start square area. Yeah, I think we're out of start square area now. Across a dry river. We'll talk about the rivers. The rivers are really active, and also not active. You'll see when we get to the water flow section. The rail goes up into the harbour area. Nice pre-cut harbour area up there. We'll will get up there around the middle of the show, and then the two lines come together here. Just checking. Oh, look, we've got a signal box as well. Just lots of little tiny little features popped in there. It's not, the thing with this map is it's not overdone. I thought it was possibly getting close to it, and there's one or two bits that aren't to my personal taste, but that's always going to be the case. I can appreciate oh, sirens going past my window. Tick that off of your bingo card if you have one, if you've made one. Right, anyway, the rail joins up with the highways over here, heads off towards, let's go and have a quick look at towards the edge of the map, just see if we're not missing anything over here. That looks okay to me. And then we have two highways coming in over here. I did promise you we'd had highways connection. Two highways connecting and highways heading across the map as well. Right, we've got a strong entrance into the map here. I think there's a lot to be said for this one. And we're going to come up to quite an intricate, interesting intersection here. Before we get to that though, we've got some more of these keys here. Now look at this one though. That isn't as polished as the previous one for me. It doesn't quite line up as beautifully, and it's not also at the same height as the other one. Let me just do a little bit of move it, pop that into there. We'll drop it down a little bit, and I think I'll put a little bit of a bend into the segment as well, something like that. And let's have a look. How's that looking? Is that? I think that's a lot slicker. I think that is a lot slicker, my personal opinion. But hey, listen, this is a more accomplished map maker than I. What can I say? What can I say? By the way, my map is coming along. Should be ready in a few weeks' time, so be prepared. Anyway, yes, this is a very intricate, very pretty intersection going on here, with traffic feeding off towards the right-hand side of the island. We're going to carry on back the same sort of direction. Now, this highway will take us all the way down the length of the island. We've already been the length of the island. Hang on, what's going on here? Is that a jinky janky? Is that a jinky janky? Is that the smallest of jinky jankies you've ever seen? Let me just pop. Yep, it pops. So yes, there's a tiny little weeny jinky janky there. Nobody's getting marked down on that. Even if this was like, is this question mark 5-star maps, that you're not losing a star on that. You'd need to have half a dozen of those across the map before you were even close to losing a detailing star, because it was so minor. Anyway, yes, this highway will take us right the way up to the top of the island, where there is an essential lighthouse. I'm telling you now, because we're not going to go all the way up there. There's something far more magnificent midway up the island. We're going to have to start looking at some of these extra feature areas in the first half of the show. Otherwise, this is going to go on forever. Yes. Nearly half an hour long already. And I'll tell you, the footage has been sped up to help me cram all this in, and I have cut some areas out that I wanted to show you that would have taken the show up to nearly 45 minutes. I really cannot justify a 45-minute show, so we're just gonna settle for what I can show you. And if you want to check it out, you know what to do. And while you're there subscribing to the map, hit the like button. Do that not just with this map, but with anybody's map. Some great tree detailing along here with the palm trees, but with anybody's map, if you subscribe to it, like it at the same time. If it turns out that you don't like it, go back and retract the like. But you'll forget to click the like button. Speaking of clicking the like button, have you forgotten to click the like button? We did a daily reminder. But yes, you can always retract it if you didn't like it. It's fine, as you unsubscribe from it. Nicely placed, perfect little vanilla pier there. And now heading down into something that's going to take your breath away. This is 5 stars through and through. In fact, if I could give 6 stars, I would, for this little area here. We've got, and yeah, I know the palm trees growing out of the pavement, but I'm assuming there's a little soil circle going on underneath it. Right, we have a castle. Ooh, it's a castle, and ooh boy, is it a castle. This is phenomenal. Okay, so that's all. We've got a great castle entrance. We'll let's go down. Let's go down the ground level. Hang on, there you go. First person through the front doors. Look how cool this is. This is a great selection of assets. So you don't always have to use vanilla assets. You can use custom, of course. It's finding the balance between using custom and using too much custom. What we've got there looks amazing. Right, we've got the embankments. So we've got the quay wall, we've got then the embankment, then the castle wall, then another step up, and then another wall. And we've got lots of defences as well. And we have another tricolour, and right in front of this building, which has a clipped in a tower in the front there to give it a front door, and a tower on the back for extra detailing as well. The whole thing looks stunning. Right, intermission time. Come back after this.
Wouldn't it be great if Cities Skylines had tides within the game? Well, now it does, thanks to TPB's Tides mods. Want to know more? Then you need BonBonB's Tides tutorial. Click the information button below.
And so back to Evil Islands, ha ha ha, by Anoupou, Merynetjerou, and shipping routes. We're going to do most of this from more of a height because there's quite a few of them, but they all make sense. Like that one loops around the island without looping around the island, so the shipping will go through the bridge, whether you want it, well, whether you want it to or not, it will. And then we have one over here that doesn't connect up over this side of the island, but that's fine. But it does give us access to around all of the sides of the island. And then this one is like lots of shipping triangles. That goes into your cove over there. This one goes around the outside of this final island, which we'll come to right at the end of the show. We will check that one out. Not much buildable space there, but it's fun and it's feature full. Anyway, that goes off the edge of the map over there. Water flow, right, water flow is interesting. First of all, we have 2 lakes in the start square, so if you want to pump and draw and the vanilla rules, you can. Okay, but we do, as you can see, have some pipes going on underneath the system. Now, why? What is going on here? Why have we got pipes going up to the tops of the waterfalls? Well, the answer to that is the vanilla outlets. Not vanilla, the freshwater outlets. We're talking natural disasters here. And popped under there, giving us fresh water coming out the sides of the mountains, underneath the rocks in terms of clever detailing. Which means if you are running a bit low on water, your waterfalls are going to dry up. So you have to make sure you're pumping enough water to keep your mountain streams running, keep the beautification going. We've got another one underneath here, which doesn't seem to be flowing at the moment, so maybe we need to pump some more water to get that working. And let me take you over here to this island. We've got a shipwreck here, which is spilling oil. I mean, look at the pollution coming out of that ship, and it's literally flowing away downstream. That's really nice. Except for it's, of course, not oil. We have got the sewage outflow just tucked in underneath the old troll's cave there. There it is. And then that's hinting at being oil. Look at that. Anoupou, you're a legend. People will remember you just for that alone and nothing else. Right, plenty of things to see on the map. We're going to be doing some jumping and skipping about in a moment, so be prepared for some little bounce cuts going on. What was next over here? So we've got a lovely pre-cut harbour area. This is lots of buildable space, along with lots of everybody's favourite factories. Right, then head over this way. This is Start Square territory over here. And plenty of buildable space there running up the side of the island. Let's show you all around the outside of the island so you can see all the buildable locations. Otherwise we're just going to be looking at features, and sometimes it's easy to overlook. Hang on, where can you build on this map? So yes, while we do have a big old mountain range in the middle, which takes up a lot of space, all the way around the outside of the island, plenty of room to develop, and then we're back to where we started. Okay, right, what should we look at next? I think, actually, we probably should have a look down here. Now, this billboard over here tells us that Silent Bob, I wonder what J is. It's their real estate. Where is this real estate? I think it's here. I think this is Anoupou's house. Let's go and join Anoupou for a nice glass of Beaujolais, because that's all the French drink, isn't it? Beaujolais. And come down here, and yeah, it's lovely. It's really lovely. Like the way you've decorated it, Anoupou. I'd move in right away with you if you had a second bed. I'm not sharing the bed in the back of that van. No. Also, you haven't unpacked fully, so I reckon you've probably got some wall art or something to play with. Right, okay, so we've got that little feature area. Then we've got this. This is nice. Again, it's not all about having freshwater outlets in the mountains. Some outlets are, well, normal. Like we have this little dam over here. At the other side of the dam, we have water pumping. So that is where your fresh water is going to come from. Brilliant. And we've got a water tower there, just in the mountains too. Nice, very nice. What's next, please? Next, please, is, well, you've seen, it's a castle. It's a fort. This is, again, very nice work, very nice detailing work. Again, of the highest standards, all the stuff that you'd expect from Anoupou, Merynetjerou. How'd you get in there, though, is the question. Well, I'm going to argue that there's probably an entrance with a flight of stairs or whatever going in over in there. I reckon that's where your door is. So yeah, very good work. Again, nothing to complain about there either. Apart from, let's complain about this vanilla pier. A clipping rock going through it and you can't get onto it either. Okay, right, well there's that. Then, over here. Now, remember I said something about the tides mod? Well, this bridge is your key to the tides mod. If you have the tides mod active and you want to have it set, use the settings that are in the description. And then you have a high tide point of where this standing stone is. So align that with your high tide. And then if you want the low tide mark, you need to come over under the water here. There's a little car down here. So you want to set the low tide at that level. Now, I haven't got the tides mod active myself here for a few reasons. It's not broken. It's just I would forget to unset the tides mod, and then Monday's map will have broken water because we'll be running with the tides mod. And yeah, I'll have forgotten. But if I can adjust the tides there, this is what it would look like at low tide. I was using the water tool there from extra landscaping tools and Bloody Penguin. Thank you very much, Bloody Penguin, for that. This is what everything will look like when the tide goes out. I would say that still looks pretty decent to me. Quite happy with that. And then if we head back, and we'll just adjust the tide back up to normal, because if you're not playing with the tides mod, your tides will be up at the standing stone. So you've got those options, and the tide isn't moving. Shall we try that again? Come on, BonBonB. Water tool, set sea level to that level. There we go. Now we're back to where we should be, or there, close as. Water might be about half a meter too low, but we'll live with it. We're not going to mark him down for it. Now, I don't know if I like this. I know in a map that is quite fanciful, this highway running like this is the personal taste, isn't it? A few of you are going to love that. I'm not so keen. Okay, now why have I jumped over here? Well, we've got some rocks, and I'm going to tell you that this bush is growing out of solid rock. And you're going to tell me, yeah, but you can't really see it, so it doesn't matter. And I would agree. I would agree. So because we can't see it, it doesn't matter. We can, however, see this one growing straight out of solid rock. So it does. That one matters. Okay? It just does. Take my word for it. And then if we jump over to here, here is, for me, the biggest technical problem with the entire map. This road here, right there. What's wrong with it? Well, let's pull back a little bit and look at the gap between the two, the median. Can you see the blue mantle there? Can you see the blue mantle right there? Yeah. This is start square territory. And if you're doing a screenshot from the wrong angle, this, as you can see here, we've got a little height differential between the two highways there. You could get a little bit of blue mantle in your screenshots. And this is the sort of map you're going to want to screenshot on, isn't it? Right, one more little jaunt over here before we have a look at the asset of the day, and it's regarding this palm tree growing through that rock. And I think we're covered. I think we're covered. We've still got more to check out. The quirky island. My voice is cracking. But before we have a look at any of that, I want to have a look at the asset of the day. I'm going to call this a quirky asset. I would say it's more a helpful asset. If you're doing an Italian build and you want to pack those free areas with rooftops, these are the assets for you. It's by Zarrix, so you know it's going to be top quality. This is why there's no windows on the sides or doors on the side. You're just going to pack these between the rooftops to give yourself that authentic Italian vibe. Great stuff. Italian roof clusters prop. And factoids, because factoids. Now here's an animal I can really, really appreciate. It's the sloth, or the sloth. Is it sloth or sloth? I don't know. They spend over 75% of their lives asleep. I can't say I blame them. Have you ever seen Sloth TV? Not good. Not good. Anyway, that's it. Italian Roof Clusters prop by Zarrix. Great work there. Great work from a great creator. Thanks for that one. Off we go. I want to say off we go. We're going to have a look at the one thing that we've not had a look at yet. And that is that island over there in the top of the screen now. This is the Evil Islands in the Evil Island. Now, if you want to take over the world, you're going to need a highly developed... It's not a BonBonB island. No, this is an Anoupou island. It's going to take over the world. I like everything about this, okay? We got the casino. It's just a great view. This is how you get into the island. First of all, that gate needs to open so you can dock your ship in there, and then you come over here. We got the casino because it's an evil island. You know, you've got to have a casino, haven't you? And it's like, yeah, lovely. And then follow the tunnel through here. We've got a little area over here which looks pretty cool as well, including tunnels and stuff. We're not even going to look into that tunnel. We're going to go up the chairlift because if you're going to have an evil island, you've got to have a chairlift. Up to the top of the chairlift, we have all of the telecoms. Yeah, if you're going to control the world, you've got to be able to telecommunicate. And we have all of the telecommunications going on there as well. And you're going to need a little personal airport for your little jetliner to take off and land. And your headquarters and your helipad. And it just works brilliantly. Anoupou, I'm really impressed. Okay, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And I love it. I absolutely adore it. But we're going to turn our back on it because the map is more about what's over here, isn't it? So yes, let me pan the camera around. I think we've covered most stuff. I know I've skipped over one or three things. Well, I had to. Look how long the show is. But tell you what, let's get the voting done. What do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with Facebook, Gmail, Apple or a Patreon account. And the link is also in the description. Got all those words out. So many words. What do I think of today's map? Okay, it's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. I'm rating this map and not Santa Victoria. So the things I mark the map down here might not affect Santa Victoria. So, tricky call. Aesthetically, I'd be very close to giving this 5 stars, but we have got that blue mantle potential in the start square, and blue mantle is never something we can tolerate. So I've got to give it a high 4. Detailing, high standards through and through, quite a few little things to fix. So 4 stars, slap bang middle, very strong. Gameplay potential, Santa Victoria possibly would be 5 stars, I imagine. This one's got too many distractions for me to be a 5-star map, but I still feel I'm going to go for a high 4 stars again. So 4, 4 and 4 for Evil Islands Mwahaha by Anoupou Merynetjerou. Seal of approval for this one? Absolutely, yeah. Quality through and through. Probably I would be playing the other one though. Links to both maps again are in the description, and make sure when you get there that you leave a comment saying you found this map through BonBonB. You don't have to do that. But it'd be nice. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the words of the day into the comments and score yourself some population points just for fun. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. No, I won't. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'll be back with a chart show tomorrow. I'm back on Monday with another map in the What's Map series. Thanks for watching.